Alright, welcome back to another placement game. This is placement number 6. Currently, we are 5-0. Let's find out if we lose this one. So against Nunu, it's actually pretty hard to deal with Nunu early on because he's a very invasive champ. With lower elos, he's often harder for me to deal with than higher elos because higher elos actually people will ward more often in their jungle entrances and they'll have more control over the jungle. But when they lock Nunu, and it's lower elo, I don't have as much ward coverage, I don't have as much teammate protection, and as a result it's like, well, what do I do here? Do I just cry in a corner and pray? And oftentimes that's the case. But we'll find out. I think Nunu will be just fine. I think I can manage it. And we'll see in a very short while how it works out. Alright. Alright, Nunu.
You call this civilized?
So I think he might try to invade me early. I'm not entirely certain. I don't know what the whole shenanigans he's going to try to pull on me are. But we'll find out. Like I always say, just go ahead and ward this in. And hope your bot lane goes to this tri-brush. And you should be fine. As long as somebody goes to that tri-brush. No, get back in the tri-brush. As long as somebody goes to the tri-brush, you should be fine. You should always put a ward up here because that's where most people try to cheese invade. And then people will try to come in here as well. So either go to this brush or this one right here. Very rarely will the enemy team go all the way to their top jungle because they don't get much out of it. And oftentimes what I see top and mid do every single time, and I said this the last video, they always just sit in their lane and do jack squat. If you are a top or mid player and you do what this Annie and Nasus are doing, please just uninstall League of Legends or stop doing it. One of the two. But what she's doing, what is she doing? For the first 2 minutes of the game, Annie is 100% worthless. Morgana and I are ready for in case the enemy team invades. Quinn, she's getting vision control and all that stuff. Nasus, he's just sitting there doing jack squat. He should have warded or at least protected this buff. And
You too will be judged.
so he should be protecting blue, and I'm going to tell him to go check blue because if he doesn't and Nunu takes it, I'm going to be pissed. And then Annie's just doing jack squat too. I don't know what Quinn's doing. It's weird. It's very weird, especially to take double exhaust in bot lane is a very odd start. As in get out, as in don't leash anymore. So my biggest concern is when I smite bite, I don't want my bot lane to steal it with the last hit, and so as a result, I'm always very, very cautious. It looks like they did start, so Nunu just starts normally. Oh, baby. Goodbye. These guys with the cheese. What the heck are they thinking? Oh, we're gonna cheese them with the early level 1 kill. It's a Queen Morgana. They stomp everyone early. And then me coming in just right away is just instant deaths for bot lane. So I normally would invade the Nunu because I want to put Nunu behind before he puts me behind. But because the enemy bot lane just fed that one on a platter, I was like, yeah, we're taking it. We can't let that one go. It was 2 free kills. We are now 2-0. My bot lane each has Quinn got an assist on the first blood. She got 200 gold from that assist, and then she got 75 gold for the second one. So she's actually up almost 300 gold in that lane. Morgana's up 75 gold only, and I'm up 600 or 700 gold total on the enemy Nunu, which is a huge advantage, as well as the fact that the enemy bot lane is now really far behind. So that's going to be great to have happen. It's always good to have your bot lane start off really far ahead, and it's also great for me to start off really far ahead because now Nunu is going to have a hard time ruining my day, which is something that's really important. So we're going to go ahead and try to gank Vlad here. I wish I was level 3, but it's not such a big deal. Like, just wither him, dude. Wither. Thank you. Oh my goodness. He ran up and then he did... What was he thinking? If he wasn't going to auto him, I was leaving Vlad there for him to flash auto or something, but he wasn't going to auto him and he wasn't going to do anything there. He just kind of ran away. So I don't know what Nasus is doing. We're going to let it freeze here. We're not going to take any kills. We're just going to let Nasus... why did he spawn? What? There's a tower right there. Okay, so this is still low elo clearly. But I'm pretty far ahead. That's not good for Vlad to get that kill. That was 100% avoidable. All Nasus had to do was not run into Vlad, but it's okay. I'm pretty well off. I'm pretty decently fed. And if Annie gets a good stun off in mid lane, this Heimerdinger dies pretty quickly. I do have a flash in the event that we do get Heimerdinger. I can actually sweep him up pretty quickly. He did a great job there though with that. Oh, I can't get him. Damn. Yo, Annie. Do you not know how this works? Jeez. Oh, there was a ward here too. Alright, well that's great to know. So there's a Nunu there. He actually doesn't have blue buff or red buff, so he didn't take his red yet. Or he took my red and he took his own blue. But I don't know. I don't know why Nunu's only level 3 here. That's interesting. The enemy bot lane is really low. Morgana's really low. I'm actually going to flash pounce. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to throw a spear at him. Boom! Got them both. Oh crap, somebody already noticed I'm smurfing. Oh goodness gracious. So we're gonna go head back to the red buff and pick that one up. Is it that? It's not that obvious. They just played some really poor, they made some pretty poor mistakes here. And it works out well for me and I'm able to capitalize on it. But a lot of this, look at this, I'm 5-0 right now just because I'm saying, okay, bot lane on the enemy's team, they're really dumb and I'm in that perfect time. A lot of times, there's always an opportunity to make a play. Every time I'm taking a camp, I'm like, okay, what can I do after this camp? Or what can I do right now? That camp in particular, it couldn't wait an extra 5 seconds. It was just, I was going to head my way down and wreck around that bot lane, and it worked out well. So, I mean, this is a particularly lucky game that I'm having this really, really nice timing on these early ganks. But it's still, it's something that I'm kind of planning ahead. I'm not just always in the right spot at the right time. I'm kind of planning, okay, I'm going to go to this camp and maybe I can make a play bot side or something like that. I'm always trying to plan around potential opportunities, and the biggest opportunities happen in bot lane here and mid lane because they have really good crowd control. Top lane's a great spot now that Vlad doesn't have his, or does he have his flash? I actually don't remember. But top lane's a great spot for me to try because the wither is really strong. Mid lane's really hard to gank right now because Annie is actually a pretty weak champ against a Heimerdinger. Usually she's pretty strong in mid lane to gank because she's got the hard crowd control with her passive. But against the Heimerdinger, Annie's pretty much jack squat. She's not very strong. Now I do know that Nunu is bot side, and he's yet to take this guy. Oh my goodness, Nunu please. Nunu please. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. I could have gifted it to her, but I took it instead. Annie got it. Good job. Good job, Annie. Beautiful. So Nunu is at a point in this game where he's just absolutely worthless. And that's what happens when the enemy jungle gets really fed really early and you're playing Nunu. If the enemy jungle gets fed, you're not invading crap, and then you're pretty much worthless. There's no ward here. If we can land a single spear on one of these guys, they die pretty quickly. If Morgana gets a Q under tower, this person dies. Beautiful, boys. Alright, let's check to see where Nunu's at. Let's go this way. We should be fine. The question of the day is Nunu nearby? Well, no, we're good. Beautiful. So that was really well played, and now we have some teammates. Now we could probably do this, as long as Nunu doesn't come in, and as long as Morgana can tank a large majority of this damage, we'll be alright. Oh yeah, we have 3 people tanking this. We're fine. I can even do this. I can tank this. This is working out really, really well. I'll take it. You notice I'm spending a lot of time in bot lane. Yes, bot lane's already well off, but that also means that they're much easier to gank. They've got more gold, they've got more power, they've got more damage, and they're ahead, meaning that if I show up, it's a much better chance that that gank's going to go really, really well for us, as opposed to potentially going south. Heimerdinger was well aware of that, and apparently wanted to go for the Quinn. She just saw it coming and walked away. Beautiful. So we're actually going to go ahead and pick up the Sorcerer Shoes. Sorc Boots are probably the strongest in the early game. This is something that a lot of people don't understand, but in terms of magic penetration, the lower magic resist your opponents have, the more effective flat magic penetration is. The lower, so if somebody has 50 magic resist and somebody has 30, the 50 magic resist, if I'm using magic penetration, like the 15 magic penetration, will give you more of a percentage boost in damage than against the 30. all the way until you hit 0, and then once you hit 0, you can't get any lower unless you have magic resist reduction. But trust me, on the math, if you do it through, you get more of a percentage bonus damage the lower the person's magic resist is. So the earlier I can get these boots, the more damage increase I'm going to see early. And they're the most effective as early as possible, outside of course, if you have good items. Now, of course, the boots also give you movement speed, which is really, really useful. That was perfect, babe. Alright, we'll take it. I wanted to hope for that she could get it, but worked out alright. I just one-shot him and boop. Boom, 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 boom. I want to take these out of the jungle here because I know his blue buff might still be up. Yeah, it is. So I don't want to let him take that. I just want to take this off the map so he can't see me ahead of time. So you're going to go ahead and take this now. I don't want to dive him. I just want to take this blue buff and get out. Now that I have control of the enemy Nunu's jungle, I want to go ahead and just punish him hard. Maybe Annie can actually screw him over here, but I just want to sit right here and wait because I know Nunu's coming. Actually, you know what? We're just going to sweep this. Alright, cool, cool, cool. Aw, dang it, I couldn't clear it in time. But I knew he was coming because I saw him in mid and I saw him walk up. But it was pretty much free kill on Nunu, and I could back up bot lane if needed there. But it worked out well, so we take that. But you notice a lot of things that I'm doing, it's not a reactionary thing. Everything I'm doing is in prediction of what's going to happen. If Nunu hadn't showed up there, what's the worst that happens? I show up bot lane and help them push. If Nunu does show up there, what's the best that happens? I get a kill on Nunu, I can continue pressuring out, and I get this huge advantage for the rest of my team. It's these things where, you know, what's the best case scenario, what's the worst case scenario? You have to weigh those every single time you make a decision. I mean, obviously a lot of it's habit by now. I don't actually think it all through. I'm just like, okay, I've seen this situation before. I'm used to it, I can do this. And as time goes on, it becomes more habitual, and you can actually do it pretty well. But you'll notice the longer or the more I play these games as a jungler or as a top laner or however I'm playing, I'll have that sense, and that's what people talk about when they talk about just like habit or sense on the game. People don't have to think ahead about what they're doing. They've seen it so many times or they're used to it, then they know exactly how to play it. And so it is a 2 versus 1 here, unfortunately, but I am going to go ahead and clean this up. I don't know if I can actually. I've got to kill Thresh first because he's got the crowd control. That stresses me out. Got it. So I kind of predicted where she was going to jump. Clearly she wasn't going to jump towards me. So she's going to jump away from me and up generally towards Thresh so she could have an easier escape. Once I knew where Thresh was, I knew that I could lead the spear to where she was going to jump to. So I just got a free kill there too. So it worked out pretty well. A lot of this, again, is a lot of prediction. And it's something that I need to get better at explaining what I'm thinking so that people can kind of adapt that thought process too. So I know Nunu's going to do this. I know he doesn't have flash, so if I land the spear, he dies. There we go. Beautiful. So I'm trying to track summoners right now as well. That's something that just kind of, I don't really time it. I just kind of say, okay, he died about 2 minutes ago. He still doesn't have flash. Next time I see him, I'll be thinking, you know, he might have flash. He might not, and I could give it a shot. But if I have my flash up, I'll still go for the kill. I'm so far ahead that it's really not a problem when it comes to like, okay, do they have a summoner or not? Is it worth it to throw my summoner out? It's like, yeah, it's pretty much always worth it because they're so far down. You want to hold them under the water for as long as possible so you can punish them. It sounds so horrible to put it that way, but it truly is how you have to play. Once you get a lead, you don't let up. You do everything in your power to maintain or strengthen that lead because that means that much more control over the map, that much faster you're taking towers and putting pressure out, and it's so strong. And now you're gonna notice we don't have a lot of towers. It's 13 minutes in, we've only taken 1 tower, but the amount of control we have over this map, everyone is playing so defensively and they're so afraid. We can just walk up and take whatever we want whenever we want. Boop. Oh my goodness. So enemy blue buff is up soon. I don't have a smite here. I wish I had smite here so I could grab this, but whatever. So we're going to stick around right here because I know Thresh is going to put another ward over this wall. What? What does he still have a ward here? Interesting. I don't know why he still has a ward there. So I'm guessing he's going to try to reward this wall. Punish you, Thresh, for being a butt. Goodbye, Nunu. I'm so fed right now. This is absurd. This is one of the most ridiculous placement games I've ever played. Because it's not like I'm playing against bronze level players now. I'm pretty sure most of these are gold level players, and a lot of these are actually Smurfs that I'm playing against. But because I got such a strong early game snowball, I'm able to snowball myself even harder. You're not going to see me go like 5-0 in the early game and have it go eh. So because he didn't land the ult on me, I don't need to worry about healing myself. I'll be fine. I'm going to make sure that he's fine. But I flashed out of the tower in case he landed that ult. I didn't actually see in time. So I didn't want to take a couple tower hits and have the ult last hit me there. But Nasus did a great job in that he tanked an extra tower hit so I could confirm that kill for him. And it actually allowed me to just walk away. So as payment, I just kind of healed him back up so we were fine. But that's all good. We still come out pretty far ahead on there. And Annie should be able to just sweep up this Nunu. He's so far behind. Poor guy. Oh, man. Is he going to loop around? He can't even do this camp. Wow. Yeah, we're not going to deny him even more, because at this point, Nunu's jungle is my jungle. There's no point in me taking 3 of the 4 raptors and leaving 1, so he's screwed, because he's never going to get back to his raptor camp. Let's check here. Darn, I thought he was going to be a little bit further than he was. So I'm guessing he's right about here. Nope, he's actually way further back. This must be warded. We're going to go back and pick up Rabadon's. Oh, there's a ward. Never mind. I know, where's Heimerdinger at? I want to see if he walks up. That was beautiful. Oh, she might have actually killed him. Yeah, she got him. Good job. I think. Holy crap. She's so afraid. Why did you do that? Kalista, what? What? Oh my god. I knew that Thresh was gonna go all in on me, so I just jumped towards her so that I couldn't get all in. That's too ridiculous. Why did you do that? Don't force a fight against the Fed Italy. Oh god, that was not smart. Someone's gonna be like, is this the second coming of Cat Sexual? Like, yep, that's me. Cat Sexual, right here. No, I'm not that good. That was a really good ult usage by him. See, Morgana should be fine. Oh, baby, that would have been amazing had she forced that. But there's too many, ooh, a little risky. Thresh doesn't have ult, so we should be fine to force this engage. Oh my goodness. She has ult, though. It's such a low cooldown at this point. It's too much risk. Alright, let's go ahead and clear these. These little towers. Turrets are worthless. Oh my goodness. This slow is such a pain in the butt. I still have this shield that I could have used on my Seraphs, but I don't want to use it unless I absolutely have to. I've also got 4,000 gold in the bank, so I actually don't have that much of an advantage when you look at my kill gold. A lot of my advantage is actually unspent right now. Oh my gosh. So many kills. I'm sorry. I'm such a dick. I've taken so many kills where Annie preps it with a great ult and the spear walks in and takes it. Or I guess it flies in. It's the worst. But it's pretty much game over at this point. We could probably just take Dragon. We don't need it even. I don't think there's a ward out here. They haven't been able to walk out of their jungle at all. If we just get ward control, we can probably catch Thresh on his way out. We're going to wait about 5 seconds here while we're backing. If somebody walks past this ward, we'll cancel the back and try to force a fight. No one walked past it. Okay, yeah, so they're not going to even bother trying to get into their own jungle for a little bit, which is good for us, but is bad for me because then I can't stomp on someone else that walks through there. But it's 19 minutes in. We've already got 600 AP. I think we're in a perfect position. We can go solo Dragon in about 7 seconds, I think, maybe 8. But we're in such a good, like, this is so ridiculously huge. It's just crazy. And it all happens as a cascade from me being 2-0. You're going to say, you were just 2-0. How did you turn that into 18-0? You watched the whole game. I didn't let up, and it's something you have to get used to. Once you get a small advantage, you can't say, all right, let's play safe with this advantage. In solo queue, people will throw. You have to make sure you establish that advantage, unless your team is doing well across the board, which my team wasn't doing poorly, but no one else was stomping. I didn't want to have the risk of another teammate of mine falling behind, and you'll notice no one really is doing super stellar. Nass is 2-2-2. Quinn 5-3-4, and he's doing pretty well, but she's pretty low impact. It's 3-0-3. I've had a hand in almost every single fight where not really many other people have, and as a result, it gives me a lot of control over the game. While I may die more, I may cost myself the game, it puts the full entire game in my hands, and if I feel that I belong higher, then having the full game in my hands gives me that control and that dictation over where the game goes and what we do. This isn't warded, so we're fine there. GG, well played. So unfortunately, the game is over. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. That was too much of a stomp to really go through any analysis, but that's a good example of how to snowball an advantage. You start off with a small 700 gold lead off of an early double kill, and you just walk with it. You just make sure you go top lane, grab yourself some advantage there so they don't fall behind, and you keep returning to that lane where you already have the advantage and snowball yourself further. And I'm kind of reiterating it over and over again, but hopefully it makes sense to you guys. Again, if those of you guys enjoy this, let me know. If there's anything I can do to improve it, let me know. That'd be great. Otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. If you're not currently a subscriber of this YouTube channel, consider subscribing. I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that like to watch these videos. If you enjoy them, and you know, I like to liken it to Nancy Grace. If you see Nancy Grace, or not Nancy Grace, Judge Judy. Who's Nancy Grace? I don't think anybody watches her television show. If I liken my YouTube channel and my stream to Judge Judy, like if it's on television and I see it on television, I'm like, oh, I'll watch it, you know, yeah. Well, if you're subscribed to me and you see that I have a new video up, you're like, yeah, I'll watch the new video. If I'm kind of your Judge Judy or something like that, or maybe more, you would go out and seek my videos, then consider pressing the subscribe button. That's a whole how do I phrase that? A whole rambling monologue on, you know, consider pressing it. But I know people really don't like when others say, you know, press the subscribe button, like and comment and rate and all that stuff. I don't mean it in the sense of, you know, peddling for subscriptions and stuff like that. But I mean it in the sense that very few people actually remember that that button exists. They see a video that they like and they click off of it and they never come back and they don't notice. But I can look through my stats and see that a lot of my viewers are just one-time viewers. And I'm like, well, I wish, how do I improve that? And unfortunately, the best way to improve that is to say, hey, consider pressing the subscribe button. Or hey, press the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe. That's the best way to improve those numbers so people are actually return viewers and I actually build sort of a relationship with people as opposed to just in and out, in and out. It's a weird way to say it. But anyways, that's a whole rambling rant that I didn't need to go on after that. But hopefully, again, this video was enjoyable and informative to you. If it wasn't, you can go ahead and let me know how much you hate my guts. But if it was, you can go ahead and let me know how much you hate my guts, but it was an informative video. Thanks for watching again, though, guys, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.